This channel is all about giving Valorant tips and tricks so you can improve in game. But lately I got a feeling that I'm personally stuck with my Valorant progress. I fall into the same habits every game and ranking up isn't that easy anymore. Something needs to change. I need a new perspective on my Valorant gameplay, and that's when I found this cute ghost on YouTube. He's a Valorant coach with a lot of cool insights, so why not book a session with him? Maybe he can help me rank up. We'll go over one game I played, discuss all my mistakes, so me and you of course can learn from them. Enjoy the video. Let's start with a quick introduction. You can do like a quick introduction to who you are.
Oh gosh, I'm your coach Key. I've helped over 1,000 students coach every different type of player, fish included, and today we're going to be looking at Killjoy.
Yeah, this fish really needs some coaching. I need your help, So, now that the introduction is over, let's hop into the game, shall we?
Classic B setup.
Bomb grenade out.
The molly's really good, and you get bomb down for your team. Good retake here too.
As you might notice, the first round actually went pretty good, but things only got worse from here, my friends. There's a small thing I could have done different though.
You played off this correctly. This is how you want to play off of it. Other than you could think about doing is instead put a turret like behind you here. So it's basically holding the same angle as you, and just give up B and prioritize C until you find out they have a lurker.
At this moment I had my turret in B, and since there was a teammate on B and I was C all by myself, it would have been better to have my turret on side to get a bit more assistance. But we won the round, so no worries. In the second round I picked up a cool skin.
Yep. There's that B lurk. This is one of those things you feel very stupid when it happens, right? So you're like, fuck, I should have expected the B lurker. So now our goal is to basically create a habit to prevent this from happening in the future. So what's the habit here we can create to realize that there could be a person lurked up B?
Not play with my gun.
Yep, good. Good. So no pretty gun, screw this teddy bear, and where do we look instead?
As soon as you think that the enemy can spot you, pay attention to that and don't keep your eye off it.
Good. Yep, good. And how do we know to look to be main here?
Game sense, I guess.
The game sense, expecting to be main. This comes from the minimap. So a really good habit to have, especially on defending side, is to basically count the players throughout the round.
And this was the first big tip of the session. It's not just important to look at the minimap so now and then and guess where the players are. No, my friends. Instead, you should look at the minimap, count the players, and make educated guesses on where the enemies could be. And in the last round, there was a high chance that the enemy would be B, so I shouldn't have pulled out my knife. A new term my coach teach me about this is next danger. The idea is that when you're rotating or walking somewhere, you always need to think to yourself, where could the next danger be?
Where's our next danger? So like when you rotate C, right, your game sense tells you to look towards B. Once you get to here, game sense tells you go here. And so we always have to be considering this next danger.
Do this by looking at the minimap, so people like Reyna won't kill you anymore.
Turret out. Gun here.
So this line's really good to take.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. Very good.
Looks like a good round, right? Well, even though I got some kills, I made a big mistake over there.
Something that Killjoys run into a lot is their setups don't like benefit what they want to do. So you put the turret for B and then you run up B and like fight B. So your turret's basically watching this entire lane while you're fighting all the way up here.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it makes so much sense. When you put it like that, it makes a lot of sense, right? You need to adapt your setup so it benefits the play that you're planning to do. In this round, I shouldn't have placed my turret in that corner, but now the question becomes, where do we put our utility?
For this play, because you want to push up B, where could we put our utility if we want to fight B?
Yeah, that's always the thing where I struggle with. Maybe set up on C and then just let them passively stay on C while I push B or something. It will be out of range though.
There you go. There you go. So there's the issue. Even if you do like towards A, you're going to run into the same problem. Now the question is, how can we make our util benefit the play we want to make?
I actually honestly would say save it, not use it at all.
That's completely fine. You can completely save it. Another option, this is something you see on Ascent. You could kind of do it on Lotus. We would put the turret like here, and it's more like a spot turret, and then it would like watch your back.
So those were a few options. I think we got it by now, right? Make sure that your setup benefits your play, and if you can't find a benefit, save your abilities so they can be more useful somewhere else. And luckily in the next round, I did use a turret that benefited my play. It's actually the same turret I used in the other rounds, but this time I didn't push that deep at the start.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
This is scary. So you want to get Ascendant, but this wouldn't be an Ascendant play. This is more like a mid-high Immortal play. After you get this kill, you just secure. You fall back, you have this turret still to play off of. They're on eco, you don't want to give up guns.
Yep, Mr. Lowlander, even though you want to get to Ascendant, you still need to play like an Immortal. So pushing over there really wasn't necessary. After you get an early kill like that, just fall back and play with your team.
Alarm bot.
I like the alarm bot so you can help fight this.
Found them. Killed my bot.
That alarm bot was good, saved your life, but oh my god, that spray did not.
I got a feeling like, how do you say it? Not consistent with my aim.
This is a big panic thing. A lot of players have this. You're focused on the angle, all of a sudden your alarm bots get hit, you're like, oh shit. And so we're like, oh shit. And then we go down and then we cookie cutter the enemy. One thing you can do with this that's fun is you can do there's like pressure tasks you can do in aim labs. Do like the hard bot and try to like look away and look back.
That's it, my friends. If you struggle with panic aiming, you could also try out some pressure tasks. But as the OG viewers know, I'm usually too lazy to train my aim. So there's one more alternative that I could have done. Instead of placing my alarm bot over here, place my alarm bot a little bit deeper. If I'd done that, there would be more time to react when Reyna walked through it. In the next round, my coach told me something about map control.
So pre-round, I want to get this figured out. We want to get you already set up and like prepared to basically control this space. When we play back here, this space just becomes dead. So that lack of intel, especially on this map, is going to really screw us sometimes. Especially against this team, they're playing a bit slower. You want to kind of grab intel, and you know what to do if you want to grab intel.
Yes sir, either a quick peek and then fall back if I spot enemies, or I could decide to place my alarm bot or sentry gun a little more aggressive.
There are times where like you're going to face teams where you can just grab all the space for free, and it's so nice.
So that's the fourth point of this session. Make sure to grab intel and get map control.
You want to play? Let's play.
We switch up our position here. We go A. Is there a reason?
No, I'm just normally the guy that just pushes in last, and where there's a spot, I go to there. So this time my race went to C, so I went to A. This is not what you should be doing as a sentinel, especially because Killjoy is so relying on their setups. You should be the one to say, I go A this round because the enemies expect my setup on B.
You're in a good spot.
Go, Globe, go! Stick it, stick it.
Placing alarm bot.
Alarm bot's good.
Found them.
What the heck?
One enemy remaining.
Oh, and this gecko's in the worst position possible.
Player standing.
No.
Not much to say about that round, it was just very unfortunate. In the 9th round, I decided to switch things up by pushing aggressively.
I like this. This was a very different style for us. We've never pushed up C before.
Oh, I'm so dead.
I protect. One more.
Oh, 80, 70 actually.
So let's talk about how we could take advantage of this position.
Do you spot the mistake? I think I do. I should have stopped way earlier. Yeah, I think that's the moment when I should have stopped.
Yes, good. It's way harder to hold people. What do we guarantee happens when we sit behind this box and hold this angle?
I get surrounded.
Good. So what would an Immortal level player do when he's right here and all of a sudden he hears a bunch of footsteps around the corner?
Hold it more from the corner and not from behind the boxes. Positioning, Mr. Lowlander. Not very good spot over there. I think a nice way to describe it is try to walk with intent.
Our last thing for your defense is going to be changing up these setups. Oh, you did it. Oh my god, you did it. Okay, I'm happy.
Okay, my coach Key is happy here while he actually shouldn't be happy, because for the whole game I placed my sentry gun on B, and this was the first time I placed it on a different spot finally. It's so funny because in my videos I always say try to be unpredictable for the enemies, and in the end I'm the one that's using the same setup every round. My bad, whoopsie.
That's basically your defense.
Yeah, a lot of info has been told, and I don't want this video to be like 40 minutes. So I'll summarize everything at the end of this video. But first, let's go to the attacker side now. Attacker side Killjoy, that's like my biggest weakness. I hate that so much. Ow.
In my perfect world, we clear your tree. Make sure you clear side before you plant.
Oh, there's another one.
One enemy.
Sure. So that's why we clear side before we plant. You can see a lot of this VOD, we're just getting caught off guard by dangers. Just breaking down the site into dangers.
Again, we have the term dangers. This is something I need to pay way more attention to. Basically, when you enter the site, you always have to think about the danger zones. What part of the site could an enemy be standing? In this case, you have 3 danger zones, and I didn't check any of them before I start planting.
Okay, tree danger, backside danger, hell danger. Nah, I plant the bomb.
So Mr. Lowlander, in the next game, pay attention to dangers.
Placing alarm bot. Placing swarm grenade.
What tends to happen here is things get very scary very fast because we have very limited space.
Oh, my last bullet. No, I'm so dead.
Last player standing.
Yep, very limited space, stuck in that corner, very tough. I would actually be okay if you fought here just because of this lack of space, or played a bit more aggressively. When you're starved of space, it's usually better to play more aggressive.
That's also a good point where I never really thought about before. When you don't got a lot of space, try to play a bit more aggressive to create more breathing room. Or you will end up like me, I guess. Flow.
My ultimate is ready.
Wait one second. Okay, never mind. Go, just go.
let's talk about this ult, because this is gonna happen a lot as Killjoy.
Yup, your teammate's pushing while you want to use your ultimate. But what should you do in a situation like that?
So at this point, don't even worry about it. Like, this Raze is doing you a favor. She's already making the space. All these fights are already gonna happen, and no one's gonna want to wait for this ult because they're all gonna want to help your Raze. So save the ult, go out the Raze.
Makes a lot of sense. Save my ult, go with Raze.
Oh, yo.
Boom, that's scary.
My brain wasn't working there.
After this round we went over more rounds, but at this point we caught all the main mistakes. So to summarize what we've learned in this session, use more different type of setups on the defender side, keep constantly watching the minimap for danger zones, what's the next danger, adjust your game plan on that, make sure that you gather enough intel on the defender side. On the attacker side, acknowledge the danger zones and check them before you plant, for example. Think about smarter utility usage. And I need to stop crouching. And now the painful part, saying goodbye to Coach Key.
Any other questions, things you're curious on?
I think everything is very clear. And I learned a lot of things. So thank you so much for the help, dude.
Absolutely, dude.
Honestly, if you learned anything, please check out Slayer Key's channel, link in the description, and subscribe to him, he really deserves it. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you learned something, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.